Good day, everyone. We are here to present Filipino artists and some of their artworks. We are going to give you ideas about local artists, their personal backgrounds, and their famous works. So without further ado, let's start.
Ronald Ventura is a contemporary Filipino artist known for his dynamic melding of realism, cartoons, and graffiti. One of his iconic exhibitions, titled Human Study, is laden with ironies. Thematically, his works refer to the contemporary hell in which humans' lives soldier in perpetual warfare, modification, and religious emotionalism. Second is Point of No Return, is formed by the distinctive shapes and colors of aluminum hazard, warning signs, embellished with a selection of cartoonish characters, skulls, and gas masks in lithography. The road signs allude to the dangers of focusing too much on the trappings of modern society. Carlos V. Francisco, popularly known as Botong, was a muralist from Angono, Rizal. Francisco was a most distinguished practitioner of mural painting for many decades and best known for his historical pieces. One of his artwork, titled Harana, is a painting that illustrates a certain musician who is in the process of courting a Filipino woman. Second of his artwork, called Bayanihan, is a Filipino word derived from the word bayan, meaning town, nation, or community in general. Bayanihan literally means being a bayan.
Guillermo Estrella Tolentino was a Filipino sculptor in classical style who was named National Artist for the Visual Arts in 1973. He is hailed as the father of the Philippine arts. He sculpted the University of the Philippines' most recognizable emblem, the UP Oblation, as well as the Bonifacio Monument in Caloocan City. The Oblation is a concrete statue by Philippine national artist Guillermo Tolentino, which serves as the iconic symbol of the University of the Philippines. It depicts a man facing upward, with arms outstretched, symbolizing selfless offering of oneself to his union. The other is the Andres Bonifacio Monument, commonly known simply as Bonifacio Monument or Monumento, is a memorial monument in Caloocan, Philippines, which was designed by the national artist Guillermo Tolentino to commemorate Philippine revolutionary Andres Bonifacio, the founder and supremo of the Katipunan. Next is Hernando Ruiz Ocampo. Hernando Ruiz Ocampo was a Filipino artist best known for his abstract paintings. Following in modernist tradition, Ocampo used bold color palettes and biomorphic shapes inspired by both his country's landscape and by science fiction writing. Born on April 28, 1911, in Manila, Philippines, and taught himself to paint. One of Hernando Ocampo's art is the Man and Carabao. The Man and Carabao symbolizes hard work and patience. And the other arts of Hernando Ocampo is the Dancing Mutants. In Dancing Mutants, the artist reacts to the plausible horrors of the atomic bomb. With shapely rhythms of reds and greens, the work is reminiscent of Philippine flora and fauna, which influence his distinctive abstract style.
My first Filipino artist is Juan Luna. Juan Luna de San Pedro y Novicio Ancheta was a Filipino painter, sculptor, and a political activist of the Philippines Revolution. During the late 19th century, he became one of the recognized Philippine artists. The first artworks of Juan Luna is the Spolarium. The Spolarium is a painting by Filipino painter Juan Luna. Luna, working on canvas, spent 8 months completing the painting which depicts dying gladiators. The painting was submitted by Luna to the Exposition Nacional de Bellas Artes in 1884 in Madrid, where it garnered the first gold medal. The picture recreates a despoiling scene in a Roman circus where dead gladiators are stripped of weapons and garments. The second artwork is the Death of Cleopatra. The Death of Cleopatra is Spanish La Muerte de Cleopatra, also known simply as Cleopatra, is an 1881 oil painting on canvas by the Filipino painter Juan Luna, currently on display at the Museo del Prado in Madrid, Spain, depicting the death of Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the ancient Egypt. The painting was painted during Luna's stay in Rome, and later won a silver medal during the 1881 National Exposition of the Fine Arts of Madrid. The second Filipino artist is Victorio Edades. Victorio Edades was a Filipino painter. He led the revolutionary 13 moderns who engaged their classical compatriots in heated debate over the nature and functions of art. He was named a national artist in 1976. The first artworks of Victorio Edades is The Builders. The Builders was his thesis in 1928, a finished product that rediscovered the complexities of the human body in the struggle for recognition. The nudes, builders, and blocks against a dark background unearthed an interesting note towards progress that, in spite of having peers around, you are on your own in your work. The last artworks of Victorio Edades. Victorio Edades, 1926. This is a portrait of Jane Noble Garrott, the house mother of the Filipino Club House, and settled her daughter Jean. This work was created when the artist was studying in the US. Jean later married the artist.
Arturo Luz. Arturo Rogerio de Mayoga Luz was a Filipino visual artist. He was also a known printmaker, sculptor, designer, and art administrator. A founding member of the modern Neo-Realist school in the Philippine art. He received the Philippine National Artist Award, the country's highest accolade in arts, in 1997. Here are some of his artworks. First is the Candle Vendors. 3 women gossiping while they sell candles in the marketplace. One of the last by Luz to include stronger configurative detail. Shortly after the creation of this painting, he moved towards less distinguishable facial features, clothes, and props, so much that the individuality of his later figures is non-existent. Next is Bagong Taon. It is a 1952 painting made by Arturo Luz in oil on lawanate or plywood. It depicts 3 cyclists on one bicycle who are celebrating the New Year. It is exhibited at the Ateneo Art Gallery. Jose T. Hoya. Jose T. Hoya was a Filipino abstract artist and a National Artist of the Philippines awardee. Hoya was a printmaker, painter, mixed media artist, and a former dean of the University of the Philippines College of Fine Arts. He pioneered abstract expressionism in the Philippines. Here are some of his artworks. First is the Ligawan, 1948. It is shown that a couple is seen sitting adjacent to one another, while the mirror next to them reveals the presence of another group lounging about in the house's sala or living room area. This unique perspective lends to a sense of dynamism to the piece, effectively showcasing Hoya's command of space. Next is the Barter of Panay. The Barter of Panay shows how Ati ancestors of the province of Antique and Panay as a whole exchanged their inhabited piece of land with the golden salakot, or the traditional headgear, brought by the Bernean Datus, or the rulers, who established their first barangay in Barangay Malandog in the municipality of Hamtic in this province.
Fernando Amazono was a Rotarianist and pointer of rural Philippine landscape, nicknamed the Grand Old Man of Philippines art. He has the first ever to be recognized as national artist. Amasolo, Dalagang Bukid, embodies a feelings of nostalgia for a time that never flourished again. Amasolo, Dalagang Bukid is the archetypal, sweet, temperate, and innocent maid embraced by the like of De La Rosa and Pineda.
Fernando Amasolo paintings were
First is the field is an extraordinary field and has beautiful artists has be the best-selling pointer of his generation of Filipino artists while holding his closet craft a pointer. He explored different art visual from received his bachelor degree in fine art in 1963, painting when Grab made eyes. Sabel was a symbol of dislocation, disappear of illustration, the personification of human dignity, read by Circulum Sebel captured the mind of artists as her makeshift clothing made out of throwaway plastics, shape and creative differentiate. While she moved around, scrap from food. Benito Carderal paintings, the during within the face of humanities in art is expelled by artistic recognize of stand in nature of humanity bodies and rather of potential symbolic and evaluating partner of humanity forms